Hey there, guys. Yeah, so this is a thing. And in keeping up with me doing weird and tacky dating sims, I figured it'll only be a matter of time before I got to this one. And, yeah. I admit I had a good giggle when I was like, oh, okay, it's a KFC, dating sim. Then I had an even more of a giggle when my perverted mind kicked in and it was like a finger-licking good dating simulator. I was like, yeah, okay. That's just me being a perv, but Jesus, that's loud. Holy mother of God. Let's chill that down just a tiny little bit. Thank you. Okay. Okay. I don't know why I'm putting myself through this, but you guys really seem to like it when I do these weird little fucking dating game things. So, let's go. Let's do it. Let's just... There. That's my name. Don't wear it out. I think I might have caps locked that, but that's fine. I do admit that I'm kind of curious what this is going to be like. I mean, come on, it's chicken. It's food. How's that going to be a thing? Oh, what? You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. Why do I have a poster of a fucking chicken? Hold up. Bucket? Okay, that's a creative way of getting your menu. Menu, really. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Oh my God, can you stop? Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep. Yes! I wanted to throw it out the window and I was like, Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Jesus, that's a mouthful for a school name. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What would you wear? Time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you. You'll need to take this seriously. I'd better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth brushed, hair combed, pets deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Okay. I did not anticipate there actually being, like, fucking sound cues for this. Just what you need to get your blood flowing. That's a biscuit? I guess because it's American? We don't have that stuff on our KFC menus. Sorry. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Why not just call it KFC College? Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. Okay, she's got that whole, adorably awkward kind of vibe. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, Artie. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? That sounds like marriage. Actually, because I sure am excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but... well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam. Raised by Master Chef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. But with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. 3-day only semesters? What the fuck? A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Why? why? Like, why? Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? You know, let's be a go-getter of a friend. Let's give her a pep talk. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower, and that other card featuring the handsome fella in the red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fella I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Here you go, girl. Fierce. Why did I just turn into the stereotypical fucking gay? Can you believe I cut them myself? Hey, I cut my hair myself. You can definitely believe it. Hey! It's not that bad. I cannot believe it. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom-engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. What is it with all of these games and these really long sentences? Hey! It's Ashley, your arch-rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. Excuse you, I've at least got fucking drumsticks. Then again, you look a bit on the thick side too. I'm terrible! You leave Artie's shins alone, they're perfectly normal shins. Ugh, you can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. Isn't it the same though? Oh yeah, okay, never mind. Ashley. Is she trying to be aesthetically pleasing in some way? If anyone here knows what perfect shins looks like, it's us. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad you see Ashley's best friend, Man Van the Man. What? Has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. Okay, his pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. Hem, Van. You rang? Dear God. What is going on in this game? What is with your hair? You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You think they just hand us our diplomas now? Wow. Or maybe hire us on as professors? Professors? The amateurs could learn a lot from us. For the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off. Serious is the urge. Let's go, Miriam. See you later, losers. What the actual fuck? That face. That sound! What? As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Excuse you? Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you! I think you mean thank you? My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name, the tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm Artie. So, are you gonna make me hold this door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me or is he kinda cute? Excuse me? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. I gotta admit, this is kinda like, in a weirdly odd way kind of entertaining. Why is there maths about a chicken? What? Okay. Alright. Okay. I'm sorry, but I'm like muting my mic every few seconds because I've got one hell of a sinus attack. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. Okay. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of the class. Adorable. Sprinkles. The dog talks. What? Okay. Now, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute pup and why is he in our culinary class? He must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. Seriously. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up the nuances of fine dining. I have so many comments about this. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the inside of the classroom. I'm chilly, someone close the window. And then, he walks in. Wow. Seriously. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him! It's... If it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. Bond. James Bond. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. Blech. English language, please. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweatsalon. Maybe we should open that window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Hold on just a second, no one talks to my best friend like that. You two both know my name, we were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when Artie sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. You are not helping. Wow, that's the only option? You take a moment to clean yourself up. Oh my god. It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. I get a feeling I'm gonna trip over that fucking word so many times. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, there might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You'll lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone has a good summer. I really miss... okay? He looks kinda creepy. Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school with you as my teacher. Wow, everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. Okay. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance? Okay. The classroom bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom, as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, He lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. I've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkle's reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind? You know what, let's go for a chicken snack. Reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite. Well, I think there might be some competition for new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. Yeah. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. I'm tripping over words so much. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey Artie, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed a seat next to me if you're interested. 2 good options, but which will you choose? You know what, since this is all about romance and dating and all that shit, let's sit next to the Colonel. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfectly upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me the seat. I have only had 2 rules. Do all you can, and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. That's so inspiring. Little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me! What? This is incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely, looking at you, Pop. That's right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to heather? That's right. What? Okay, interesting. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A spork. Because it's a fork and a spoon. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. I wonder if you can even get any of this wrong though. Is Sprinkles a good boy? He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He is the best boy. That's right. Your total score is... Wow. Wow, be honest, did you cheat? No. You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess, I think you have a beautiful brain. Wow. Hot diggity! You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. I have your attention, students. I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. What? Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. Fair point. The delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. You smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, Howdy folks, I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But Shh! Lunch, lunch, lunch! She said, shh! In honor of the new semester, I've prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. You should hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled higher are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you and you begin to feel warm and safe. KFC doesn't really make me feel that way. I usually eat it when I'm hungover or when I want to throw up. Oil. The oil is good for a very upset stomach. I don't care what anyone says, if you feel like you're gonna throw up, grab some KFC chicken. That shit works. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What? You think we want your stupid secret recipe? Dude, Shaw. Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what Zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. Perverted brain went somewhere else. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Dude, if your skirt is any shorter though? Oh please. Well, Van the Man, if you don't want any. I'll take his. Whoa, hold on, I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. Cheeky's hair! Holy crap! He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. Take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. You let the food rest in your mouth and focus on it, scrutinizing every flavor. Salt? Maybe. Pepper? Too obvious. Oregano, basil? Maybe, but there's something else. Something dark, something spicy. You dig deeper, deeper, deeper. I couldn't resist, I'm sorry. Yes, even deeper still, until you find it. Could it be? Hey! Wow! You sneaky little fuckers. He really did it. How bold. How adventurous to use blank. You try to go even deeper into the sea of flavors, but this revelation alone is more than you can handle. You snap out of it and realize that this information was meant to remain a secret, and yet, now you know. Mantle of responsibility now rests upon your shoulders. As you look around, you realize that everyone in the room is consumed by lunch. No one noticed that you've traveled through space and time. You know, I've been eating KFC for years and I've never had that feeling. I mean, it's great hangover food, but I've never had that transportation. After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach him. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wonder if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef? What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got two more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun?
Aw.
You got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can tell. I use blank. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Wow, you'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. And blank is definitely isn't the flavor you tasted before, so now you're 2 ingredients closer to knowing the full recipe. But you don't tell Colonel Sanders that. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark in this world, you can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figured now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Be modest but thoughtful. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery, it was perfect. I appreciate the compliment. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we have only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. Holy crap. You know, this song kind of reminds me just a little bit of the soundtrack for Love is Strange, like one of the songs in there. God, that game kind of brings back a lot of memories. You step into the massive cooking arena, where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place, it's magnificent! Finally we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature, adorable tiny food creations. Welcome students to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of 2, that is, me and you, if that wasn't clear. Want to be my partner? Sure, I'll prepare a station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. 2 different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep boop zzz. Oh my, 2 potential partners? I'm so sorry, Gina, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Well, she thought that Pop was cute earlier, so why not? Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Sorry, Clank, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Pop today. Pop gives a big smile as he steps up to the same station as Miriam. I'm a chef. He holds up a banana and without peeling it, proudly eats the entire thing. Oh god. It's disconcerting, but Miriam is too kind to act grossed out. I love your enthusiasm, Pop. She looks at you like, really? This kid? But it's too late to change your choice now. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two. For today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island, it takes 2 flints to make a fire, you get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough, it's fancy and I don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will blow your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. Sure, why not? I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, and comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes and gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a fashion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business. And you better keep your fingers off my man. Did someone call for me? No, jeez, Van. I'm over here crushing Artie's dreams. You're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? That eye. What the hell is this music? Colonel Sanders returns. Arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. My ears! Oh, howdy there, Ashley. Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looked like Artie was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Ha! Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel Sanders aghast me. I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together. Like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Wow. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Let's throw the best friend a bone. You turn to Miriam. As soon as you find her, it seems that she senses it and looks back. This girl's friend and need Raider are second to none. She immediately comes running over. Is somebody threatening my friend? I will destroy them. I actually think that Ashley and Van were just leaving in the dust. It's of this my skills. Okay, I'm just gonna butcher that. My skills as chef, perhaps. But stepping away from this competition, you're sorely mistaken. Miriam, you're a loyal friend, but Artie is my partner for today's activity. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Aren't those cute corgis in their short but sturdy stature? You look down at your station and realize that, in the tension of your moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes in perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well, while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Okay, hold on. That moment when you own a cat and her hair gets stuck in the sensor of your mouse, it's terrible. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Randy would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds his fork out to you. You reach out and grab a hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same fork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up when you see Ashley with a sinister look. You know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something! Do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on there, right there, Artie. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Can I ask Potato's face? Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my speciality. Braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce. Plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about that dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed, and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late, it has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him! Oh! Whoops! Okay. This is interesting. Culinary murder? Everyone step back, don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for a moment, then is immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie. Tastes like poison. The hell? The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Dude, with that, I can agree. I think we're in agreement. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student on his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry I had to go through that. Please let me walk you home. What? Like for real? Oh, come on! You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. But isn't that like hospitals, schools, and stuff like that? I remember my high school was spooky as shit at night. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes... English, please. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know, they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him, in a way that you find inspiring. Wow, game. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Come on, not even fucking Love is Strange just rushed you this much. And then again, Lone Wolf did. Colonel Sanders? Yes? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. Pokemon flashbacks, anyone? And every day since, I've been working toward that dream. Day and night, never stopping, never resting, also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you... Shut up! I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. That hair, no. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Poor guy. Forget him! We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The Spork monster is here to fight a hero. What the ever-loving Christ is that? I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds! How dare you threaten me just as I was letting my guard down and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid. Be very afraid of me, because I'm a monster, see? Is his rhyming on purpose, or is it just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Attack? You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with Love does 1 damage. It just got real. The attack really upsets Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes in the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? You continue to stay back and endure whatever comes your way. Seems like a pretty weird strategy, but okay, sure, you do you. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Attack. What attack will you use? Brook with Love does 1 damage. Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses Utility Tensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Which defense will you use? Buff up. No one can control this much buffness. You start to feel bloated and, quite frankly, a little gassy. You'd better attack sooner or you're likely to explode. You decide to go on the attack. Chow Down does 2 damage. A powerful blow. Spork Monster is using cheese sauce on the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops you. What is this game even? Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot Pie Power Pinch. Is he losing his clothes? Spork Monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Spare this wretched beast. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Be gone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back, like you said. The Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out was Borko. Borko? That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding a mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my colonel. Wow. This is so strange, but also so fucking cheesy. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Excuse me? Is that a ghost riding a chicken wing? You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? You lie in bed and stare at the ceiling, thinking about the secret you discovered while tasting Colonel Sanders' cooking yesterday. You can't believe he really used blank. And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Spork Monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Pop. Like him? Like? I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders enlisted in the army when he was only 3? Not only that, but he founded a special unit for super soldiers who all wear the same hats just because he put a hat on one time and thought it looked cool. But Colonel Sanders doesn't even wear a hat, he wears a ribbon tie. Either way, maybe the best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student ever to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Aha, yeah, you sure you did. You're great, why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? However, you don't tell her that you know a second ingredient too, which you discovered on your own. Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that, the secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals. And if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with him and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later when I cooked with him, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be of much use to anyone. Please, 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 it means the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. No. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? I'm the type of person, if someone tells me something, I'm not gonna... No. If you tell me something, it stays with me. Make up a fake ingredient. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about... It was Eye of Newt. I know, sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does a thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in, cherry blossom petals fill the air. Colonel Sanders! Wow. This game is really taking this to higher levels. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish, then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words just don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beaut you have. I mean, what a horseful beaut. Dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, Artie just gets really nervous about people they like. What? That is not helping. I mean, they got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile as to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Vanver, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad? You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder. Betty sees you coming. Whoa there, little one, I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Immediately dress the rivals down for their immature behavior. Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everyone's time. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity, it takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You can finally get a look at what it was they're hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book, they've got Pop pinned to the wall and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing! Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clang must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts! Watch how you talk to me. You didn't do anything. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer. That face! No, your mother was a stand mixer. Oh my. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. That face, yo. That face is a little deranged. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely most know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Boredom, honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Oh boy. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you are ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly, he loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my new favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson. Surely you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who signed their first signed their... Excuse me? Look, I'm not American, but even I can say I don't think that happened. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Artie? Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you sample? A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it, and you eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, oh... This guy again? I'm here to give you an important message. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Cough, cough. Sorry, I think I've got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine, I'll work through. Cough. To fulfill... Cough. The prophecy. Cough, cough. You must feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh, man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. You all make mistakes, I'm sure I'll forgive you. Someday? Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights them. And your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time. Is everything a competition with you two? Yes. Yes? Well, not with me. I'm on a personal journey to learn to love, to learn to love. Sure, why not? But definitely not to constantly battle. Yeah, stop getting your genres crossed. Don't you have some portable monsters to capture or something? I need to eat if I'm going to have the energy to sustain my education and pursue my dreams of being a master chef. How are any of us supposed to get anywhere if we're constantly fending off challenges from every know-it-all with an apron? Besides, I already brought my own lunch. Artie, you should have it. It will give you the energy you need to succeed. Miriam reaches out and presents a gift to you. My special grilled cheese and tomato soup, with chocolate milk to wash it down and a tartlet for dessert. It only takes you about 5 seconds to eat Miriam's food, but it's just what you needed for motivation. You know what? I've learned enough for today. Let's battle. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. I almost called him Sparkles. Surely you'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sporting court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Wow. Just then a huge light blast in your face, following the words time already. That's what I'm talking about. Aroo! I stand corrected. If it's a battle you want, it's a battle you'll get. My bestie can best the best of them. Best believe it. Jesus, what is it with these dating games and puns and weird jokes? Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure and now is my chance to shine. Girl, you got some thick thighs. I will defeat you. You had his chicken, and you made me mashed potatoes and gravy on day one. And you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, if the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Ah! What were you thinking? Get your head in the game. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' an idea. That's right, you might not know all the ingredients, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some big steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What's the state of mind that offers... What? I'm begging you to get it together. Get in! Get it, I'm a dog. It's never the wrong time for some dog jokes. Next question. Classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. Better break the place if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now should be a great time, so where does that energy come from? I don't know what I even picked. Aroo! You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling. Wow. That made me get the spray bottle. Is this the end? Yep. Game over. Yeah, let's try again. Those are so random. I don't even... Fuck. Those are like super fucking random. Okay, I'm just gonna skip through this cause... Yeah. We kinda already know what's gonna happen here. Okay. I'm clicking like I've never clicked before. No, I'm wrong. I've clicked worse than this before. Oh, Honeycam Studio. This music though, I mean, it's... Damn. What? How was Fahrenheit wrong? I don't know how this works. 11. Okay. Vigilance. What? Just next question. So the first one and that one is right. Okay. Okay. I believe in you. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. All I can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to fill a traditional Victorian What? You're stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which would you take? I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focusing on the challenge? You're falling behind. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Oof, oof. It's really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. Make up time you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. I know you'll love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Artie does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand in the mixer to rescue dough before it's overmixed. But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. Oh, wow. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing. This battle is over. Can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with my completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two, on account of Artie's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor and tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Artie to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream two ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. Wow. Colonel Sanders seems to be intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places his sauce-covered finger to his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something in his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Yeah, I'm already in enough shit. Your rage burns so intensely with your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face, which means many people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. This game is super strange. I mean, I've played some weird dating games, but this is a little wow. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. He won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fool your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Wow. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. His face. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sound like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I'll create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for your worst. It's the Spork Monster. Borko? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Oh, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a Spork Monster, you see? I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student. Until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. Oh, a magic spellbook? Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. Oh, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I'll be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Together, I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like. But it sounds like you're about to find out. Damn. Stepping inside Colonel Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should we reveal your new creation? Or keep it a secret just for you? Well, he did give us a special, thing with his recipe, so why not? You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in headfirst. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy coleslaw, until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste better and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. Realize that now would be a perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap an item to discover more about the Colonel. Okay, let's go for the view. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out in the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost is swept out with a breeze. That's so mean! You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off you can read a description. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. One of the frame photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold a fried chicken drumstick and appear to be cheersing with him. You look closely and see there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the Pyramid of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices? An adorable little baby boy crawls around the floor. From the goatee and the mustache combo he sports, you figure this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Or the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? Lock of silver hairs woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair there isn't just silver in color, it's actually made of spun silver. Intriguing. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of 69. Okay, that's interesting. No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's blank. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? And it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? You open the door in Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. Give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his in. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Oh boy. Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on. He wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until you're asking why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. Act smooth. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? Damn, dude! Okay, this music is like epic proportions here. Suddenly everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel Sanders in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into slumber. Dream sequence! And there goes everyone riding drumsticks and wings again. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, blank isn't even legal, but if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. Wow. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such coincidence, such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Yeah, flatter him. Why not? You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. Now with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Did we talk me out you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. That's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but... You'll not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you'd better harness those wild horses, young man, I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say shush house? That's a thing people just say? What is that even referring to? And now I'm really not sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. That doesn't sound interesting or like misleading at all. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection was wowzers. Love is strange again. I'm being haunted by that game. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you one up right away. I'll have my swirly with Sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve suggesting I'd pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrived just as it appears things are close to boiling over. Naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? How's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was declared, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate warm gooey chocolate sauce? Woman, I've got so many things to say, but I'm just not gonna do it. It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, Artie, I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's that book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open the page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edge of the page. I could use a spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger. Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Okay, I'm not gonna do it for one reason. Regardless of anything bad that happens in your life or something you want to forget, in the end, like the game has been pretty much showing you, failures help you. And if in this game situation where I might fail this exam because my character is enamored with Colonel Sanders, that's fine. Love is beautiful. Don't do it after all. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait and see what happens. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window and the room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs for the windows of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence, I told you never to come back here. Terrence, I will destroy you, Terrence. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You'd better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Artie, for reminding me to dole out the indispensable bit of wisdom. You see... But before you can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into class. Sprinkles is interrupted by sad whimpering coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. But I miss you. We went on one date, Pop. How can you miss me when I'm right here? Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam. Every time I blink, you go away again. That's a really cute thing to say. Miriam, what happened between you and Pop? I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble, I got yelled at by Pop's mother. He blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in. Oh, so that's what you meant by shush house. Pop, we went on one date, we're over. And it meant so much to me that I made this for you. To her to go on arguing, Pops leaves his creation behind and runs out of the room. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we shouldn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. What the hell? I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling over several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could you embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Your tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure. You know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brights up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. It's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year. So what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Oh god, that was a long read. And actually, that's kind of good advice. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat off the pants. That sounds so terrible. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you. You're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven, but as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. What are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Mess up about your practice dish. Yeah. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You know it was a pot pie just from smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie, with an old butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Ah no. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it's probably it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese, plus the pot pie you've been practicing, are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are preparing wildly elaborate dishes, per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders butters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend pasta plaster. That sounds terrible. Van Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Jesus. Even Clank gets into it. That's the first time he said words. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's a singularity as he foretold. We mustn't let it happen or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you. Since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's a secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up and where in the world did you get I've knew from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the Spork Monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork Monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off. But you have conquered Steve, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition? I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? Sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? This is interesting. Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the Grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh? Yeah, you guess it's right. If you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and very involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it's probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should just watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like the time in Monster School that I'd fallen asleep during Scare Tactics class, and when I woke up, there are so many Easter eggs in this thing. You toss a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you'd ever win. Summon extra power from deep down within yourself. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Jesus, this music. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for Yes, Hardy, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I'll show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground, energy courses through your body. What is this? You know that with this power you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, you may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today. I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What'll happen to you? What about the rules? Following rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Blank? From off-screen you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! Sound like it's coming from the broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet you see a Pop, hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now! Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. Looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs, may I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say it's not the worst prank in UCSIL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second, pranks. Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature word, beep, or other onomatopoeia. For some reason that word just totally tripped me. Onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow you must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. It's only been 3 days. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles and savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Narutomaki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs that doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a big hug. Thank you for helping me to believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans innocent of the uni, but he can't get his nose close enough on account of all the spikes. He begins to pour it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof! Please be gentle with my cuisine! Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this! It keeps poking my tongue! Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified? For glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us into your swollen tongue for another minute, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog, I drink milk. Get over it, sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. Okay. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something? I told you it's a display piece. Actually, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it, if you absolutely insisted. But don't breathe too hard, you might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley turns off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. As this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From someone in a room, a little drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing? And completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Oprah Winfrey? Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. Oh dear God. DJ Dog is in the house! I knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist. Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Oh dear Lord. Vanman and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were with the villains. For a moment you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all to trick you to get to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He has totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Students try to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had to mail it directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the Chancellor of such and such. Miriam, will you be my Lady King? What an incredible turn of events, an offer to join the royal family. It's like a dream come true. You'll get to be a princess, or maybe a queen. I'm not sure if he even knows, but either way. Crowns and gowns, baby! I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I've got so much to do with my life. A twist on a twist. So many more 3-day universities to attend. So many tiny foods to meticulously sculpt and then watch get accidentally blown away by a single sneeze. Okie doke. The music of the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I'm Clank, and I'm not of this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I've learned the ways of your kind, I must return. The portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Again with the cherry blossoms. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Wow, that actually looks kind of normal. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. Okay, interesting. No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. What are you doing sitting there all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? That face. Off the top of my head? No, I don't know. Spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. I'll be glad to spend it together with you, Artie. How sweet, we'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help, but based on your time at school here, you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Aww. Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll in pastry school. Oh, my dear, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. And okay, I'm just gonna let this run through. If it's gonna do it. Yeah, it's gonna do it. Well, guys, that was I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. That was really odd, but interesting. Definitely not what I expected. So, guys, this was another weird dating thing. I hope you enjoyed watching it. It was fun, in a way. when sneezes take over. Yeah, guys, thank you for watching. This has actually been kind of weird. I didn't expect it to be as funny as it was. Okay, I expected the weirdness, but it's actually kind of entertaining. I mean, it was definitely unexpected. So, who knows, maybe you guys can do better than I did. Go have fun with it. I mean, it's free. It's on Steam. So guys, thank you for watching, and subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all of those regular fucking things that everyone always says at the end of their videos. You can find me on Discord, you can find me on Twitter. I'll always be there. But until the next time, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.